The dream of most athletes is to make their country proud on the biggest stage.
All the way from Nigeria. All the way from Nigeria. We did it.
Nigeria is fortunate to have produced numerous sports legends who have proudly carried the nation's flag and claimed victory at the highest levels of competition. But sometimes it's not just about the medals, it's about the inspiring journeys behind them. In this video, we celebrate 20 Nigerians who have made the nation proud across different sports and earned the title of legend. But first, remember to like, share, and subscribe to the NaTV channel. Thank you, 20. Laddie, the African Tiger, known to wrestling fans as the African Tiger, rose to fame in the 1980s as a charismatic and formidable pro wrestler. After traveling to the United States for his education, Laddie stepped into the world of professional wrestling, competing both in the US and his home country of Nigeria. His skill, strength, and showmanship earned him multiple championship belts and a loyal following. But Laddie's story didn't end in the ring. In a dramatic twist of fate, he inherited the throne of the Onidera of Idera land in Kwara State, becoming the traditional ruler of his people. Embracing this role with pride, he continued to serve not just as a leader, but as a benefactor. Incredibly, while living in New York City, Laddie worked as a tour bus driver, quietly using the income he earned to fund development projects in his kingdom and improve the lives of his subjects. 19th, Kamaru Usman.
Because that's how I train, and that's how I prepare, and that's as much.
Kamaru Usman is a Nigerian-American mixed martial artist who rose to become one of the most dominant champions in UFC history. Born in Auchi, Nigeria, he moved to the United States with his family at the age of 8, carrying with him the resilience and determination that would define his career. He earned the nickname the Nigerian Nightmare. In the UFC, Usman captured the welterweight championship and successfully defended it multiple times, cementing his place among the sport's elite. Beyond the octagon, he remains proud of his Nigerian heritage, often using his platform to inspire others and give back to the communities that shaped him. He is considered one of the greatest welterweights of all time. 18th, Sam Okwaraji. Okwaraji wasn't just a footballer, he was a patriot. A gifted midfielder with a law degree, he died on the pitch in 1989 while playing for Nigeria against Angola, giving his all for the national team. His passion remains a symbol of sacrifice for the green and white. Sam Okwaraji's story was one of brilliance, sacrifice, and undying patriotism. Born in Orlu, Imo State, his path to the pitch was anything but ordinary. While pursuing his education abroad, Okwaraji earned a law degree, balancing academic achievement with an unshakable love for football. On August 12, 1989, in a World Cup qualifying match against Angola at the National Stadium in Lagos, Okwaraji gave everything he had, literally. In the 77th minute, he collapsed on the pitch, succumbing to heart failure. At just 25 years old, he was gone, leaving a stunned nation in mourning. Nigerian musicians sang about him and his legacy. To this day, Sam Okwaraji is remembered not just as a gifted footballer, but as a patriot who paid the ultimate price for his country. 17. Gloria Alozie. Known on the track as one of Africa's fastest hurdlers, Gloria Alozie's rise to fame was built on blistering speed and unshakable determination. Born in Nigeria, she discovered her gift for sprinting and hurdling at a young age, quickly becoming a dominant force in African athletics. Her defining moment came at the Sydney 2000 Olympics, where she stormed down the track in the 100-meter hurdles to claim a silver medal, a performance that etched her name into history and into the hearts of millions back home. But her success didn't end there. Across multiple African championships, Gloria's precision over the hurdles, race after race, made her a symbol of consistency and excellence. 16. Mary Onyali.
Inger Miller of the U.S. out in 6th. It is going to be Mary Onyali and
Mary Onyali blazed her way into the history books as one of Nigeria's most decorated track athletes. Mary competed in 5 consecutive Olympic Games, an unmatched feat for any Nigerian track star. Her breakthrough came at the 1992 Barcelona Olympics, where she powered her way to a bronze medal in the 4x100-meter relay, standing proudly on the podium as the Nigerian flag waved high. Across multiple African championships and Commonwealth Games, Onyali collected gold, silver, and bronze medals with the consistency of a true champion. Off the track, she became a mentor and role model, inspiring a generation of Nigerian sprinters to believe that their speed could carry them onto the world stage. On Bishinchi Omos.
Tell me how to say it again.
It's Omogbane. It's Omogbehin.
Jordan.
C. Jordan Omogbane.
Standing at a towering 7 feet 3 inches, Omos is not just a wrestler, he's a force of nature. His presence alone commands attention, and when he steps between the ropes, the atmosphere changes. The crowd feels it, his opponents fear it. Before he was slamming superstars at the arenas of WWE, Omos chased a different dream on the basketball courts, playing in Nigeria and later in the United States. But when the path shifted, he found his calling in the squared circle, where his rare combination of size, agility, and charisma set him apart in an industry built on spectacle. In WWE, Omos has shared the stage with the biggest names in the business, dominating with ease and standing as an immovable wall between victory and his opponents. Every match is a display of raw power, each slam a reminder of just how far he's come from his Lagos beginnings. 14. Israel Adesanya. From Lagos to Auckland, his journey was anything but straight, but every step sharpened him for the world stage. They called him the last style bender.
They call him the style bender.
Israel Adesanya.
A nod to his ability to blend martial arts like a master painter mixing colors. He is a former two-time UFC middleweight champion, and as of April 2nd, 2025, he is number 4 in the UFC middleweight rankings. For Adesanya, victory was never just about winning, it was about expression, about showing the world that fighting could be poetry in motion. He is a proud Nigerian and serves as a big inspiration to many young Nigerians. 13th, Asisat Oshoala. Asisat Oshoala's journey is a story of talent, resilience, and unshakable ambition. Born in Lagos, she grew up with a love for football that defied convention, often playing with boys in her neighborhood and honing the fearless style that would later define her career. Her breakthrough came in 2014 when she burst onto the international stage at the FIFA U20 Women's World Cup, winning both the Golden Boot and the Golden Ball. That same year, she was named African Women's Footballer of the Year, an award she would go on to win a record-breaking 5 times. From Liverpool to Arsenal and eventually to Barcelona, Oshoala's rise has been nothing short of spectacular. 12th, Hogan Kid Bassi. Hogan Kid Bassi was a Nigerian-British boxer. He was the first man of Nigerian descent to become a world boxing champion. Long before Nigeria became a force in global boxing, Hogan Kid Bassi stepped into the ring and carried an entire nation's hopes on his shoulders. Born Okon Asukwo Bassi, his fists told stories of grit, survival, and the will to rise above. From Lagos to London, he fought like a man who understood that every punch could change his destiny. In 1957, the world watched as Bassi became Nigeria's first ever world boxing champion, claiming the featherweight crown and etching his name into history.
Now Kid Bassi gets going.
11th, Nwankwo Kanu. Nwankwo Kanu's career reads like a football fairy tale. Born in Owerri, Nigeria, Kanu's rise was meteoric, earning a move to Ajax, where he lifted the UEFA Champions League trophy and announced himself to the world. In 1996, Kanu reached the pinnacle of national glory, leading Nigeria's dream team to a historic Olympic gold medal in Atlanta, scoring unforgettable goals that stunned global powerhouses like Brazil and Argentina. His heroics earned him the first of 2 African Footballer of the Year awards. But his journey was nearly cut short. Diagnosed with a life-threatening heart defect, Kanu underwent surgery, a battle that would have ended many careers. He not only returned to the game, but thrived, winning Premier League titles and FA Cups with Arsenal, and later becoming a beloved figure at Portsmouth. Beyond the pitch, Kanu turned his personal challenge into purpose, founding the Kanu Heart Foundation to help children with heart conditions. 10th, Sion Adigun Ngozi Onwumere and Akwoma Omeoga. In 2018, 3 determined women, Sion Adigun, Ngozi Onwumere, and Akwoma Omeoga, carved their names into history as the first African bobsled team to qualify for the Winter Olympics. Each of them had excelled in track and field before daring to take on an entirely different challenge. With no snow, no traditional bobsled facilities, and no blueprint to follow, they built their dream from scratch, quite literally, training on a homemade wooden sled before moving to official tracks abroad. Every run was a statement that Nigerian athletes could thrive anywhere, even in the unforgiving cold of a Winter Olympic arena. When they finally took to the ice in Pyeongchang, they weren't just competing for medals, they were carrying the hopes of a continent into uncharted territory. Though they didn't place on the podium, their courage shattered stereotypes and expanded the definition of what African athletes could achieve. 9. Tunde Onakoya. The story of Tunde is a story of grace to grace. Born in 1994 to a mother who worked as a cleaner in exchange for his school fees, Tunde's early life in Ikorodu, Lagos was defined by humble beginnings and a relentless pursuit of purpose. His unlikely introduction to chess came at a barber shop in his neighborhood, a moment that would change his life forever. He became a chess grandmaster, winning competitions around the world. In 2018, he founded Chess in Slums Africa, a nonprofit that brings chess and the opportunities it unlocks to children living in Lagos's most marginalized communities, from Majidun to Makoko and Oshodi. Through this initiative, he helped dozens of children win lifelong scholarships and discovered hidden prodigies, including a 10-year-old with cerebral palsy who defeated the Lagos governor in a match. 8. Victor Osimhen. Victor Osimhen's journey is a story of how dreams come true. Growing up in the poorest neighborhoods in Lagos, Victor went from selling soft drinks on Lagos traffic to support his family to playing at the apex of football. Football was his escape, his passion, and his ticket to a better life. His raw talent was first noticed at the 2015 FIFA U17 World Cup in Chile, where he shattered records by scoring 10 goals and leading Nigeria's Golden Eaglets to victory. That tournament not only earned him the Golden Boot, but also opened the door to Europe. From Wolfsburg to Charleroi, then to Lille, Osimhen's relentless work ethic and instinct for goal drew the attention of Napoli. For the Super Eagles, Osimhen's goals are more than just numbers. They are hope, the spark that keeps millions of Nigerian fans dreaming of lifting another Africa Cup of Nations trophy. His rise from the streets to the summit of European football is a living reminder that no dream is too big and no beginning too humble. Yedinci Rashidi Yekini. Rashidi Yekini was more than just a striker. He was Nigeria's ultimate finisher, a man whose name became synonymous with goals. Born in Kaduna and raised in the ancient city of Ibadan, Yekini's career took him across Africa, Europe, and beyond, from shooting stars to Vitória Setúbal in Portugal, where his lethal finishing earned him the Portuguese league's top scorer award. But it was in the green and white of the Super Eagles that Yekini etched his name into immortality. With 37 goals in 58 appearances, he remains Nigeria's all-time leading scorer. His defining moment came at the 1994 FIFA World Cup in the United States, when he scored Nigeria's first ever World Cup goal against Bulgaria. Overcome with emotion, Yekini grabbed the net and screamed into it, a celebration so raw and powerful that it became one of football's most unforgettable images. For fans, Yekini wasn't just a player. He was a symbol of Nigerian pride, a relentless goal machine whose legacy continues to inspire every young striker who dreams of wearing the Super Eagles jersey. 6. Lucy Ejike, world record holder.
She's world champion for the second time. Magnificent. Once more for the absolute emphatic three-time Paralympic champion, Lucy Ejike. She's done it again.
Lucy Ejike is a Nigerian Paralympic powerlifter who has represented her country at 6 consecutive Paralympic Games from Sydney 2000 through Tokyo 2021. She has won medals at each edition, 3 gold, 2 silver, and 1 bronze. At the 2008 Beijing Games, Ejike moved up a weight class to compete in the 48-kilogram event and secured gold. She set a new world record with her first attempt, lifting 125 kilograms. On her second lift, she broke her own record with 130 kilograms before narrowly missing a third attempt at 137.5 kilograms. With every competition, she has reaffirmed her place as one of Nigeria's most decorated Paralympians, a symbol of strength, courage, and unshakable will. 5. Samuel Okon Peter. Known to the boxing world as the Nigerian Nightmare, Samuel Okon Peter rose from humble beginnings in Akwa Ibom State to become one of the most feared heavyweights of his era. His journey to the top took him across continents, battling his way through the toughest names in the division. In 2008, his dream became reality when he claimed the WBC Heavyweight Championship, cementing his place among boxing's elite. Champions and contenders alike felt the sting of his punches, blows so heavy they could end a fight in an instant. 4. Kioma Ajunwa. In 1996, a Nigerian police officer made history, becoming Nigeria's first Olympic gold medalist in athletics, breaking barriers and inspiring a generation. But her path was far from easy. Before she stood on the podium draped in green and white, She had worn many uniforms, including the badge of a police officer, proving that her strength extended far beyond the track. In Atlanta, the world saw a champion. In Nigeria, they saw a hero. Kioma's victory wasn't just hers alone. It belonged to every dreamer who dared to believe, every athlete who trained in dusty fields, and every young girl told her dreams were too big. 3. Aruna Quadri.
Back to India to take on the world number 20, Quadri Aruna.
In a sport dominated by the giants of China and Europe, Aruna Quadri rose from the hum of Lagos streets to stand among the best in the world. Table tennis had never been Nigeria's headline act, but Aruna changed that. He is the first African player to be ranked in the top 10 in the world. At the World Cup 2014, he reached the quarterfinals in the men's singles competition. In 2018, he was declared as Africa's most successful Olympic table tennis player of all time by the Olympics. 2. Toby Amusan. In the summer of 2022, the track became her stage and the world could do nothing but watch. Toby Amusan, small in stature but towering in will, lined up in the 100-meter hurdles at the World Championships and ran straight into history. In under 12.12 seconds, she shattered the world record, leaving an entire nation in joyous disbelief. 1 gold medal, 1 perfect race, and Nigeria had a new icon. But Toby's story was more than a single record. It was years of relentless training, of pushing through pain, of silencing doubt. Every stride she took was a defiance of limits, her own and the world's.
Squeezes every millimeter of the performance. What a reaction.
1. JJ Okocha.
Unbelievable. One of the best players that I have played with. Incredible natural talent. Was a magician. He could do anything that he wanted with the ball. Very good personality.
Okocha. He has now the birthday boy.
They say, so good, they named him twice, Augustine. JJ Okocha was more than just a footballer. He was an artist with the ball at his feet. Born in Enugu, Nigeria, Okocha's professional journey took him from the Bundesliga with Eintracht Frankfurt to Paris Saint-Germain and eventually to the Premier League with Bolton Wanderers, where his skill turned matches into exhibitions. With dazzling dribbles, audacious flicks, and passes that seemed to come from another dimension, Okocha could make defenders dizzy and goalkeepers helpless. Wearing the green and white of the Super Eagles, he became the heartbeat of Nigeria's midfield, helping the team to victory at the 1994 African Cup of Nations. These legends prove that Nigerian greatness knows no boundaries. Their stories are more than just sports. They are the heartbeat of a nation. What do you think of this list? If you believe a name should have been included, share it in the comments below. Thank you for watching.